What's up, guys? It's Bone here with just Blue today, and we're going to be discussing real briefly in a shorter version of a podcast, overriding episode 2 temporarily just to talk about the CNN and Han Asshole, I believe is his username. If you don't know what it's about, then CNN was basically threatening to dox a guy who made a meme about Trump at WWE SmackDown. Instead of McMahon, they photoshopped the CNN logo over McMahon's face when Trump beat the shit out of him. Well, next thing you know, CNN is threatening to dox the guy unless he apologizes and takes down the meme. Note that Trump did tweet this meme out that he did find on Reddit or someone contacted him about. And I think that, honestly, with what CNN is trying to do is censorship of the internet without the legal right, and especially threatening to release his identity that is categorized as doxing.
So buckle up, kids. We are going back to high school today.
With a bunch of fucking salty silvers.
A bunch of silvers and Minecraft players and Roblox players.
Yep, maybe even CNN fucking hires them. Like, I mean, at this point, like, how low?
You know, I wouldn't even be surprised.
Yeah.
Like at this point, if they're gonna be, if they're gonna. I can't believe CNN. I mean, I guess I can't. I'm not surprised, but at the same time, I'm kind of like in awe at the fact that CNN, some place that talks about political shit all the time, is threatening to dox somebody when they know, quote unquote, the law, unquote. Like, really? Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I get jealous ex-girlfriends kind of shit, but CNN is literally acting like a jealous ex-girlfriend right now.
They're even more mad than a jealous ex-girlfriend because it's a fucking meme. It did not mean anything. And actually, their argument behind it after the whole fire got lit under their ass thanks to 4chan and /poll, they actually tried to justify it by saying it's encouraging people to attack reporters. No, it's a fucking satire fucking meme. Nobody really would even take it seriously. Trump found it funny. He's not saying attack reporters. CNN did not accuse him of saying that. They just accused the kid, Han Asshole, or whatever his Reddit name was, that he was trying to encourage the attack on CNN reporters. And it's just CNN being a butthurt bitch because their party lost in the election and they have to take anything Trump does and try to ruin it.
Well, and it's kind of funny. Even on the on the article that we're looking at from Fox News, they're saying when Trump goes low, CNN goes lower. Threatens to dox artists behind CNN head video that makes fun of them again. Have they ever just went to Google and just typed in Trump memes or CNN memes? Have they seen the insane amount of shit that's there? I mean, this can't be the only meme that they're going to get triggered over. I mean, I can pull out an entire fucking list of memes that they get even worse over, but
well,
I mean,
the same guy that you're reading this tweet from also said CNN just violated crime violating 135.60 of the New York Criminal Code and coercion, basically threatening to cause potential physical injury to a person,
property.
5, expose a secret or publicize an asserted fact, whether it's true or false, tending the subject of a person. And number 9, perform an act which would itself be, whatever that fucking word is, because I can't English, benefit the author or the actor, but which is calculated to harm another person mentally with respect to his or her health, safety, business, calling, career, financial condition, reputation, and personal relationships. So basically, CNN wanting to release this could be potentially lighting a fire under his ass for being a potential Trump supporter. Whether he is or isn't, it's not confirmed in any way, shape, or form, and I don't think the guy's even said it himself. So, in the end, when it comes to the CNN is actually trying to coerce him into apologizing, otherwise they're gonna release his identity.
And on top of that, they're also like the next article down from that even says that they're also violating code 241 in relations to the First Amendment. No matter what, I mean, that's that person's opinion. So no matter how vile or mean or whatever they want to view it as, I mean, that's that person's opinion. CNN has their opinions in themselves. Like, they opinionate everything that they are biased by all means to, excuse me, to everybody, to anything. So for them to do this is almost more hypocritical than it is serious. It's more hypocritical for them to do something like this because somebody made it. That's ridiculous. Motherfuckers could, like I just said, go to Google and find an insane amount of memes, just typing in Trump memes or CNN memes or Fox News memes or fuck it, a furry meme or whatever their fancy could be that's political. And they could take that and escalate it. But they chose this one of all of them? Like, really?
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense.
The guy's name is Han Asshole Solo. It was a Redditor who originally posted it, and Trump tweeted it out on Sunday. But I also believe it was tweeted out on July 5th at some point in time. And CNN also said that in any assertion that the network blackmailed him or coerced him is false. And stating that they have not released his username out of safety concerns for him. But really, they're covering their ass because, again, /poll and 4chan, as the marvelous place it is, started a fire under CNN's ass, saying, okay, you're going to try to censor someone on the internet? Yes, 4chan does not get along with CNN, or not with CNN, but with Reddit that much.
Redditors.
But, I mean, when it comes to censorship, they throw those things aside, and they don't care who it is. It could be someone from Feminist Frequency who's trying to get censored incorrectly, and I'm pretty sure they would even side with them. And they said, okay, you're going to threaten to dox this guy? Okay, we're going to dox 50, 60 of your employees, posted on a bunch of websites, including Hacker Forums and Onion Router links, and some other dedicated websites that we're just going to throw up real quick. And a bunch of CNN employees were reporting that they were getting death threats and people saying that we know who your children are and who your family and cousins are, so fuck off. Don't fucking censor the internet. And they can't. They have no legal right, and they have no legal ability to.
Absolutely. And that's where I think, like, the moment that /poll got involved with it is, I mean, they're going to know that these motherfuckers, CNN doesn't understand, and I'm sure there are some people internally that do understand it because they probably be on 4chan too. They see shit on 4chan, but they can't vocalize their involvement in it due to the fact that it could, jeopardize their job, which in a way is kind of understandable. But at the same time, it's like, somebody could have easily just came out of the woodwork and said, instead of saying like maybe we could dox this guy, maybe we should just let this fucking go and let people talk the shit that they want to talk and let memes be memes. It's just really ridiculous for such a big news political source that is trusted by so many millions of brainwashed people to believe what they talk about. And then all of a sudden they, see something on the internet they don't like, which obviously the internet is universal. Everybody's on it. No matter who it is, you won't know who it is until they make a big problem out of it. And that's what they did. They just made themselves look like a bunch of asses by trying to dox this kid. That's absolutely ridiculous and wrong in every single regard. And honestly, I hope CNN learned a lesson from this. Don't fuck with people like that. Because if someone's going to make a meme, they're going to make a meme. Let it be, let it go. It's ridiculous. They should never take something to that type of measure. Matter of fact, that's the type of shit that Poll does. And, well, they didn't like what they were going to do. Hold up, I got a spider on the wall.
Meanwhile, I'm going to note that CNN did actually successfully track down the guy's Facebook and contacted him by email and phone. And the guy ended up apologizing. I think it was more of a bullshit, fuck off CNN apology just to drop the whole thing. But apparently CNN did actually contact him through email and phone and Facebook.
Jesus Christ! What were they saying? Like, did he state like what they were saying, or What were they
He hasn't
doing?
released anything. I think he's just gonna throw it behind him and ignore what happened. Because he realizes it's not really worth the fight he was gonna put up, even though 4chan's all has his back. But
Well, in the end, man, I mean, truthfully, it's CNN has obviously a bunch of people politically correct, the PC people behind their keyboards, the ones that are writing their articles, the ones who are taking on these pointless stories instead of talking about the real world issues. They would much rather be pissed off and annoyed and confront people illegally, for that matter. They're doing that instead. So that kind of really shows me, and I would really hope it shows a lot of people, the type of people that are working for CNN and the type of shit that they publish. And honestly, all in all, I think, and I don't like Fox News, I don't like CNN, I don't watch any of them. I think they all bullshit everybody. I think they bullshit the world, and I just don't listen to them. But for them to take vision and create recourse for someone else speaking against them and then getting mad about it is absolutely ridiculous.
yeah.
Probably the dumbest shit I've heard almost all year.
Meanwhile, on the CNN article I'm reading right now, Trump has not issued an apology for the tweet which he sent Sunday morning. And then CNN also did say that CNN said in a statement that the tweet encourages violence against reporters. Not really. It's not a perceptive. It's they're nitpicking, trying to justify their reaction there, and it's because they're trying to censor freedom of speech, and they're just going to use coercion and their size to try to shut someone down who made a joke. It's not even satire. It's not even offensive. It's not true. It's not lying. It's just a GIF that had some audio overlaid on it, and it didn't really cause any harm in any way, shape, or form.
It was something that people scroll past on Facebook that just like it and then don't even think about it again. And yet they took it to a completely another level. That is pathetic. By all means.
And then 4chan gets in on it, and they're like, okay, you're going to try to censor us? Okay, come on. There's your employees' doxes on blackmail sites.
Oh, and on top of that, it only took us about an hour. How long did it take you to get this one guy's information? Did it take 20 of you people? It took one of us to find 50 of you. Don't fuck with us.
It completely circumvented /B. It just went straight to poll, because that does not fit B-Board's thing. And it takes a little bit of work to get on poll immediately like that sometimes. And it's, I mean, in the end, it just, poll's reaction was beautiful. They started even making more and more fucked up posts about it, and I mean, I got a bunch on my phone now, because honestly, some of them are some of the most funny ones I've found on the internet.
And that's the thing, it's like, it's made to make people laugh. It's made to make people who actually have who think critically, who actually use their brain, it makes them laugh. And it's not towards anybody, it's just the fact that they know that they just know the bullshit that's going on in this world. They know that this shit is very, like you said, satire and just flat out, it's flat out bullshit to them. So anybody on poll looked at it and was just like, oh, really? Well, this gives us some shit to do. And on top of that, we get to laugh about it. And on top of that, a political news broadcaster gets put in their fucking place. What a better way to do it. So, from me to CNN, congratulations for making yourselves look like a bunch of dumbasses, and yeah, enjoy having all your people doxxed, because you guys just couldn't keep your mouth shut and know when a meme is a meme and when something's serious, it's serious, and not being able to differentiate between the two.
Meanwhile, I'll just check the general chat real quickly for some of the higher notch ones that I found. Reserve the
right to publish his identity should any of that change. Jesus Christ.
Yep.
And then one sticking his face in the ass. Oh no. The Doom one. The Doom one is just too good. Oh my god. What is that? Is that like CS and Doom
Yeah,
and Payday all in one?
that's CS 1.6. No, that's CS Source. That's CS Source 1.6. Payday and Doom on the bottom.
It's so fucking awesome, dude. You know, oh god. All I can, man, and that's another thing. The funny thing is Trump hasn't said shit about it because he knew that it was going to trigger anybody who's been following him, whether it's Fox or CNN, Fox News, whoever. I'm not going to lie, but he actually did some thuggish ass shit right there. Just said, you know what? Fuck you guys. I'm going to tweet this shit out, retweet it. I'm going to laugh at it. They're not. They're going to get pissed off. And I'm not going to say shit about it. Fuck them.
Yeah, and he knew they were going to get triggered because it's CNN. And so, you know what his response was? Just ignore it and act like it doesn't happen. Because, honestly, that's the way he should react, because he doesn't have to apologize. It's just a joke. It's not a, it's not a actual thing. It's not something that was actually made to insult someone on purpose. It's just a meme. Don't fucking take shit seriously.
Well, you know, and that's one other thing too, man. It's the fucking internet. You're gonna see that shit all day, every single day, no matter what you do, where you go. It's gonna constantly. It's a melting pot. Everything is gonna be thrown out there. Everything's gonna be in the pot. Just flat out. Just flat out have everything on there. And if you can't handle it, then you shouldn't be on the internet. Turn it the fuck off. Turn off your modem. Call your internet provider and say, yo, I don't want this shit no more. You guys are giving me some ass service. You guys are putting things that have absolutely nothing to do with what's really going on in the world, except it's a meme made to make people laugh. And I'm triggered. So please disconnect everything that I have to do with the world just because one itty bitty GIF that has nothing to do with me personally, you personally, anybody else except CNN and Trump. And we're going to get triggered over it.
They took it way too far by finding this guy's information. Like, they should have openly...
Way too far.
If anything, that really, they shouldn't have done anything. They should have just scolded Trump publicly about it. But going after a kid who fucking made a joke on the internet, and you're gonna act this way when you're a multi-billion-dollar corporation, fuck off.
Seriously. I mean, it's... it just makes me laugh thinking about the whole thing, dude. It's like, I can't believe CNN is getting triggered over memes. But then again, it doesn't surprise me because look what they did to Pepe, you know? All of a sudden, Pepe...
If you're laughing about it already, don't check General, because you're just gonna laugh your ass off.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, dude, he grabs it by... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Dude, I wonder if he was actually, like, knee-deep in that shit. Good God.
And then the football below.
Oh, and then he hits himself in the nuts. Oh, and gets knocked the fuck over. Oh, get wrecked. Wrong.
When CNN says anything at all, inhales, wrong.
Wrong. And then the curb stomp. Oh, Jesus Christ. I love his face. I love his face. It's just like, ah.
I have one that's like one of the CNN, or when it's like North Korea's trying to get you to apologize for you did it the wrong, but it's like you have a gun at your back. If you say anything off the script they make you say, then you get shot. I have one of those in here somewhere.
I think the CNN towards the Pepe one is even more priceless.
Yeah, CNN really just overdoes shit way too much.
Neat Special Forces, First Comfy Bed Born Division, 4chan, Meme Tick, Mean Tick Warfare Army. Yes. I did nothing wrong. I deeply regret what I have done and thank CNN for their mercy. Oh my God, dude. All right, man. Yeah. It's such bullshit, dude. There's no real legitimate reason for any of them to act like this. I just, the fact that they got so upset over a meme just made an even bigger meme, and I don't think they understand that.
Well, the backlash they're getting thanks to the internet and how the internet's reacting to the attempted to be forced censorship, I think is well deserved due to the fact that there's complete cunts at this point. They're using power to try to say that they're better than someone and try to say, you say what we want, otherwise, we're gonna make you exposed as your anonymity online is going to be gone. And fuck you, you don't agree with our views, so we're gonna fuck you over for a good portion. Because if the guy has a job and he gets exposed for that kind of post and some of the stuff that he had prior, he could actually sue them for damages if he got fired off of it.
Shit, if he did, then I mean, how old did they say how old the kid was, or if he was a kid, a man, whatever?
There were rumors that he was 15, but there was no concrete evidence behind it, whether one way or another.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's the thing. I mean, they doxed him, so clearly CNN knows. So they were going to go after. Dude, could you imagine them going after a fucking 15-year-old kid? Just going after like a 15-year-old kid and doxing him. Like, the amount of the balls of the motherfuckers, dude. The balls of them to go after somebody for some stupid shit that was on the fucking internet. Still, right now, blows me away. I just don't understand it. Why get so triggered over something that is literally common? Like, everything.
Meanwhile, I just look at Poll and see all these memes that probably everyone. Like, I mean, now basically, if CNN looks at Poll, they're gonna basically have to dox everyone. At that point, they're to the point where they're gonna have to dox every single person on 4chan. Because everyone is just laughing at them so much, and they're just not taking CNN's response seriously because they realize they're just a triggered little kid, and that they didn't get their way, and so they're mad, and they now can cry and bitch and moan.
Mm-hmm. People see through how much bullshit that they talk, and people call them on their bullshit. And then finally, when they said that, oh, we're not going to dox this person because it's worrisome to their safety. Motherfucker, you're still saying that you would have doxed him. That's illegal. Do they really not understand how illegal that really is? I mean, that's the thing.
Explain that doxing, the only illegal aspect is the distributing of the private information of his phone number, email, account, address, whatever. Distributing that publicly is the illegal part. If they have it for their private use to not use in a malicious statement, like what they did where they said they contacted him through Facebook, his phone, and his email privately, and they didn't release any of that information. What they did was technically legal, unless they used some kind of illegal means of obtaining that information that it's CNN. So quite possibly they did.
Mm-hmm. And and that's the thing. They want to do something illegal. Well, shit, 4chan is definitely not the place that they follow the rules. So you got CNN got one person. 4chan in the millions got 50 people, and like I said, I guarantee it only took barely an hour or 2 hours, and they had everybody right there. And it's so easy to do. They really don't understand how fucking easy that shit is, and they think, oh, we're gonna dox this person should be scared. If that motherfucker's on Reddit, guaranteed he's been on 4chan. He knows how critical that shit can be, and that's why he didn't really say much besides, yeah, he made an apology, but I'd kind of like to see the apology in a way. Matter of fact, let's see.
I do have that up over here.
Yeah, let's see that real quick, because honestly, I want to see how much this kid is bullshitting them and how much he's gonna jerk their ego, and he knows he's jerking them just so they can get off his ass and stop blowing up his phone and get his information off the internet. But for Christ's sakes, stop being a bunch of fucking babies.
So, from the quote that I have in the article, Han Asshole Solo posted his apology on the subreddit The Donald and deleted all his other posts. First of all, I would start, open quote, or quote, first of all, I would like to apologize to all the members of the Reddit community for getting this site and sub embroidered with the controversy that should never have happened, he wrote. I would like to apologize for the posts I made that were racist, bigoted, and anti-Semitic. I have not seen any of his other posts, so I'm not going off of if he's speaking the truth or he's trying to do damage control to the Reddit. I am no way in shape or no way this kind of person. I love and accept people of all walks of life. I was trolling and posting things for reaction from the subs on Reddit. Never meant anything hateful, any of the hateful things in those posts. I would never support any kind of violence or actions against others simply for what they believe in, their religion, or lifestyles they choose or to have. Nor would I carry out any violence against anyone based on the support anyone who did. The further apologized for calls of violence against the press. The meme was created purely satire. It was not meant to be called violence against CNN or any other news affiliation. He wrote, I had no idea that would take anyone would take it and put it to then have it put to the president's Twitter feed. It was a prank, nothing more. What the president's Twitter feed showed was not the original post that was posted there, but loaded up somewhere else. Sound added, then sent out on Twitter. I thought that the original post I made and the way I took credit for it, to have the highest respect for the journalist community and put their lives on the line every day for the jobs they do reporting the news, blah, blah, blah. Then CNN had to throw in there also that Trump has not apologized for the tweet yet. I honestly think that this guy's response to it was a little like he was trying to suck CNN off, but whatever. Trump still doesn't give a shit, and I honestly is not going to give a
shit. He's just sitting there like, well, CNN, you guys just made more of an ass out of yourself, and I'm just going to sit here and laugh at you guys.
But, like, the guy, the way he was explaining that he doesn't, like, he makes these reactionary posts with all the racist and anti-Semitic stuff he said he had on there. Every fucking person on 4chan does that. Every fucking person on Reddit does to an extent. Every person on Tumblr, whatever the fuck you're on, Facebook even. I mean, Discord has low quality bait too, and
it does.
It all is there as a reactionary bait. Do many of us mean it? No. Like the CNN and the Pepes at the airport from the Call of Duty, Modern Warfare mission where you shoot up the Russian airport. That's a pretty fucking funny image. I think that's actually quite hilarious. But some people are gonna say, "Oh, you're now a terrorist for Al Qaeda, and you're gonna shoot up an airport now." No, I'm not. That's a fucking internet meme.
Yeah, it's people jumping the gun that automatically assume the worst when they clearly themselves don't understand and cannot take a joke.
Yeah.
Like, and even with that said, it's like you say to them, it's like, "Oh, it's not a dick. It's a joke, not a dick. Don't take it too hard." That right there would get you so much publicity. There's so much PC in this world now. There's so many people that believe that PC has to be a normal thing. That is like that's wrong. I mean, you can't stop people from citing their humor, just something that's so widely expressed by a community that's in the billions. I mean, there are billions of people online a day that, you know, don't believe this shit, but yet they still find it humorous. And if they have a problem with one person, then they have to take it up with the rest of the moral majority. They have to do that, which thus they basically did, but they made themselves look like a bunch of asinine, uneducated, PC overwhelmed pussies. Yep. They're just being pussies, dude. It's like, for God's sakes, chill the fuck out, dude. I can get roasted all day when I'm at work. I can get roasted by my friends. I can take a joke. I can take that shit. But when I think about it anymore, it's just like, oh, well, that happened. Whatever. I don't give a shit. Fuck it. Whatever. You know?
Yeah, they're fucking words. They're fucking memes. It's a 10-second video of a clip from WWE SmackDown of Trump beating McMahon, but there's a logo over McMahon. Who the fuck really is going to take it the way that it's going to fucking attack all reporters? I know there's radical people out there we have to always worry about, but in the end, like, the radicals are the ones far apart, and really, I don't think anyone really attacks reporters on a regular basis. It's more attacking police, and it's attacking innocent people at a school or whatever. You don't really see, like, there's been videos of reporters recording an active shooting incident in close proximity, and the reporters don't get shot at. It's the cops the guy's focused on. He's not going to shoot the fucking cameraman who's just there doing his job for minimum wage. He's going to do his... he's going to shoot at the cops. That's who he wants to kill.
Well, I think the stimulus from this kind of comes from also. You remember, what was it, like a year ago or so? I think it might have been a year, maybe two. But you remember that reporter, that chick that got shot on the dude who was filming it shot the chick right in front of the camera, and it was like all over the news for like weeks and shit. It was like armed cameraman shoots reporter. And I think he kills two of them. Either that or it was just that one chick. So I think the stimulus of where this all comes from is, I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, I could be completely wrong, which I think I am. But I think they're thinking that, oh God, reporters are becoming under attack, or the news is becoming under attack just because shit over the internet. So people are going to believe everything that they see. Okay, this CNN meme with Donald Trump. Oh God, that means Donald Trump wants nothing to do with CNN, and everybody's going to be hating on us. So it's like people just take shit to the biggest extremes.
I was talking to someone today about it, and they said, "Oh, well, Donald Trump supporters don't like CNN, and they don't like Hillary supporters, so they attack them." Well, no, there's also documented cases of Hillary supporters attacking Trump supporters, or people who were not for Hillary, whether they were for Bush or not. But that happens with every fucking big election. You get people from the opposite side attacking others, and they're taking it out of context because they didn't support Trump. They aren't supporting of the Republican Party, so they're going to take these select cases of Trump supporters attacking Hillary supporters or CNN reporters, if that ever happened, and say, "Oh, that we Hillary people never did that." No, you guys fucking attacked people, but it's given politics. We get so emotional and heated about it. The only reporters I'm going to throw out there that I actually think are in a daily amount of danger are the ones that are combat reporters. So they're ones that go out with an airborne unit for emergency pickup, or of a medevac, or ones that are over in Afghanistan getting shot at because they're white. And they're doing
what was it?
Warside reporting. They're out there on D-Day getting shot at, but they have to get that picture for their fucking boss back in New York, who's gonna sit on his ass and smoke a cigar.
Yeah, exactly. And and just like that one CNN, I think it was CNN that this happened to, but it was a guy he was a reporter. Him and his crew came under attack from ISIS, while a bunch of soldiers were engaging. I think it was an ambush, actually, but it was an ambush from ISIS, and they all started fighting back. Like they started fighting back, but they came under fire during the middle of a broadcast. So it's like, those are the ones who are in danger. And this kind of brings me to a different point. Back in the Civil War, the people who took the photos actually had people standing on the sidelines who had, I think it was completely different gear. It was only a camera. They were literally standing there and filming and photographing all of the fighting that was going on. So you got the Union and the Confederacy fighting each other, going head to head, bloody, gruesome battles. And there's a motherfucker on the sidelines that can't take a bullet, that cannot be shot at, that is even instructed by their commanders on both sides that they cannot attack this certain individual because they are filming this, they're documenting it, and they are a reporter for the news.
Well, it's like World War II. For the reenactment group I have, we have a couple uniforms for the guys who are reporters. They're corpsmen. They're categorized as a corpsman. If you notice a corpsman in World War II, that was part of the Geneva Convention, where you would not be able to shoot them because they were non-combatants. They would be wearing a uniform, but they would have a big armband on that said medic or corpsman of some sort, and you'd not the Geneva Convention, and for the most part, both sides respected that, other than the SS in World War II. That's, of course, the SS, and then the Japanese, of course, but that's not hating on them, because the SS was notoriously bad for basically saying fuck all the rules, and Japanese kind of said that too, but that's because it's the same kind of thing, where they're in there, they're getting shot at, and, I mean, a stray bullet hits them, it's gonna happen. We faced more friendly fire incidences in a lot of wars than we actually faced casualties based off of enemies, but those don't get pointed out that much because it does not look good for the news and our agendas as a news reporter.
Yeah, and and it's kind of interesting too. There have been people who've gone under in ISIS territory, like reporters who've gone in just in the most extremist areas to film and document this shit. They were taking a gang of risks, but at the same time, they were allowed to do so. And the entire time, I'm pretty sure this situation is a lot different in comparison to, like with the SS, Japanese, and World Wars and whatnot. But it's like, even in the Middle East, they got motherfuckers with a vest on, a bulletproof vest that says press on the front. And when they're taking fire, I mean, this is war, man. I mean, when people are shooting, it doesn't matter. If you're out there, you're a target. You are a target no matter what.
That's why we don't have corpsman medics anymore. We have combat medics, because after multiple wars of them, the enemies just shooting at the medics as soon as they'd rush out to try to save a guy, we started to switch to combat medics, where they carry a AR and they have a pistol, they have med kits and all that, but their main purpose is a medic. But once they're getting shot at, they can shoot back now, but they're also now categorized as enemy combatants. They're not categorized as a corpsman.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, in a way, it kind of makes more sense to me. It's just like, yo, if you're going to be out there and I can't shoot you and you're trying to heal my enemy, I'm going to shoot you, motherfucker, because you're trying to bring the dude who's trying to kill me back that I just recently put down. I want him to stay down.
Yeah,
I mean, thinking from,
it stemmed back to
that aspect.
The more formal times of war, where the two sides would line up in 2 columns each, and then they'd shoot at each other in volleys, and the last one standing would be the victor, basically. And that was a very formal aspect, but during that went to crusades, and that went through a lot up till the Revolutionary War in the U.S., where we didn't have the training to do that kind of stuff. We just did guerrilla warfare, and even in the Civil War, we did that kind of stuff where we was more formal. We strayed back into the formality of war for that, and World War I was also kind of that way, where it was more formal, and you wore dress uniform pretty much everywhere. And then when World War II hit, you fucking now have your dress uniform, and then you have your battle uniform, and that was 2 separate uniforms where you didn't carry your awards on yourself. You just went into battle in these green suits, and you shot at the enemy. There was no formality. It was try to kill as much as possible. And that's where the whole formality aspect of, in World War I, there were times where both sides would throw up a white flag on both sides and go out and get their dead and exchange wounded and all that, and bury some in the trenches and all that, and then they'd blow the whistle to come back, and once both sides were back in their trenches, they'd blow the whistle again and start shooting at each other. Just like they respected each other at breakfast in World War I, where they'd blow a whistle, and at 8:15 a.m. till 9 a.m., it was breakfast time, and then you'd hear a whistle blow, and it was back to shooting.
And, that's why I say, even still to this day, war is just an illusion. It's being caused by greater powers that have more of an agenda that they need to meet, and you just so happen to be a pawn. Money. I mean, bankers get rich off of war. War is the most profitable thing in this world, just because it involves so much of people's time, energy, lives, blood, sweat, everything. It involves everything under the sun, in which one war alone costs billions. Just the word alone, war, has dollar signs and ones, commas, and zeros behind it. So honestly, I think with this kind of going back a little bit, the with the shit with CNN and Trump, it's like them reporting in the Middle East, talking about all this shit with ISIS, you know, a bunch of people being taken captive, getting their heads cut off, the massacring their own people, all that shit. They are talking about that, but they're immediately going to jump the gun and start attacking somebody for making a meme about them when there are by the millions of those everywhere on the internet, and it just so happened to be one that the president retweets, which in a way, yes, in a way it kind of falls back on Trump a little bit too, because he could have just been like, all right, whatever, fuck it, ignore it. But just like I think even you said, you know, he did it, whatever. He's not even going to think about it twice. Yet they took to such an extreme to make it an issue and threaten to dox somebody, and now a bunch of their own employees have their information out there. So who's the real victor in this battle? Where is the real battle coming out of this? Like, where is the victory? What are they trying to gain out of doxing people?
Honestly, the victory went to Trump and the memeing community and 4chan and Poll, because the reaction was, again, against CNN. The CNN made an ass of themselves, tried to justify it, saying that you're encouraging assault on reporters, but everyone with a fucking, not politically correct mind, but someone who can think clearly and see through bullshit, was able to say, well, that's just an excuse. It's like, my first guess for when this reaction came out of it was whoever said anything about that statement, that they had doxed him already, they were going to be throwing that guy under the bus and firing him, and that guy's reporting career is fucked then on. That's how these big companies work. You fuck up a public statement, and they burn you. They don't care about you as a person. As long as you're bringing them ad revenue and not getting them in trouble with the people, they're
attention,
fine.
more or less.
Yeah, well,
like
if you say something fucked up and it gets them attention, they're still gonna fire you, even if they make a crap ton of money off of it. It's just their scapegoat, so they can try to clear their reputation easily. That's how all these large companies work. It doesn't have to be news alone. It can be computers, it can be manufacturing, it can be anything. A bank, they say something fucked up or a accidental tweet, like the Red Cross had someone tweet something out that was meant to be a personal tweet, but it ended up getting tweeted out on the Red Cross account because someone had access to it probably, and they ended up firing that person. It was an accident by that person's end. It was negligence because they didn't check to see which Twitter they were on, yes, but in the end, these large companies just throw someone under the bus who if they are able to pin it on just one person or two people.
Yeah, exactly. It's the whole situation in a whole. I think all in all, it's like the biggest waste of time I've ever heard news-wise. Like, they had no reason to go after this kid. Excuse me.
Yeah, there's still not enough concrete evidence to prove Russian influence in the election, yet it takes them 2 days to fucking dox a guy.
Yeah, kind of funny how that works, huh? And even Russia had admitted, like, yeah, we kind of had something to do with that. But I mean, you know,
they still don't have concrete evidence. Russia says we may have had some influence with some of the leaks, but we're not saying how we influenced it. And CNN, meanwhile, still hasn't figured shit out, even though 4chan, I guarantee, has figured it out. Dark Web has figured it out.
They figured it out the day that it happened. It's like Trump won. Okay, hold up. Let's just go a little deeper, dude.
Honestly,
it's
4chan had a huge influence on the election.
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, dude, when Trump said he was going to run for president, the meme was generated and it just escalated. And now he's president. Or he's been president, but still, it's like, you know, oh God. People's priorities, especially when it comes to big broadcasters and news sources such as that, taking on these type of stories and these type of quarrels, which they should not have had any involvement in and should just leave it the fuck alone. They didn't, and well, needless to say, like they got nothing out of it. It's just
well, they
fucking
did get something
ridiculous.
out of it. They're now they're the criminals trying to dox a guy who made a fucking joke. And
Well, that's what I mean.
That's why
It's like,
yeah, they didn't gain anything out of it. They just lost the whole thing, and then now they look like a bunch of cunts. That's really what it's at now. It's I'm gonna put it bluntly because I don't really care. It is what it is. They're a bunch of cunts now, and that's why we have to. If you want actual legitimate news, you have to rely on small independent stuff. I'm not saying like a Channel 59 local news that's gonna be affiliated with Fox, CNBC, and NBC, CBS, CNN, whatever the fuck. Even PBS is slightly biased to the left, I believe. You gotta find these independent ones, and you gotta look at a bunch of them because they all are gonna have a slight side. But the huge companies like Fox, CNN, NBC, all those, they're gonna be sided very heavily, left or right. It's gonna happen. I mean, we already know CNN is heavily to the left, and Fox is heavily to the right, because Fox is having a field day with CNN's dumbassery.
yes, they are, and it's even one thing for sure, we need to throw these sources in the description for sure. I mean, anybody, you guys can take a look at it. Like, this is just, I mean, it says it point blank right here, and we can even grab the shit that they were saying on CNN and their Twitter. Like, they were really gonna fucking dox this kid. They did dox this kid. And
the thing is, they didn't break any federal laws by not releasing it to the public. They contacted him through it legally, I'm assuming. They could have obtained it through Facebook.
Well, they got lawyers for it.
Yeah.
You already know they got a bunch of lawyers already ready and waiting to say, yes, let's finally do something that's worth our fucking time. Oh, this isn't? Well, shit, we still have to do it anyways. Yeah. Fucking bullshit, dude.
Meanwhile, he might be able to sue them for defamation and any damages that could have happened to his reputation if anything does happen. And I honestly would encourage him to, because cuckolds like this honestly need to be stopped. Unfortunately, they're very careful with how they do it, and fortunately for us, this time they actually kind of fucked up.
Yeah, for the first time, they actually like get a taste of their own medicine, talking a bunch of shit about something that really shouldn't have been given attention to, and now it's blown up in their face. Way to go, CNN.
Yep.
A round of applause for you guys. Easy clap.
Yep.
Well, man, I think that kind of. Yeah. I think that's
a full-length podcast with us two. So.
Right. I mean, at this point, it's, I mean, and that's the thing. It's like, anybody who's watching, who's following this, it's like, make your own decision, create your own opinion of the whole thing. But at the same time, be a logical human being and think about, if this were to happen to you, what would be, or if you were to just read about this the first day, what would be your reaction? As a matter of fact, in the comment section, what do you think about this? We want to know. What would Jesus do? Matter of fact, what would Kekistan do? There you go. Build a fucking wall. Build a wall.
Just wall CNN's headquarters in and just cut them from the outside world. They'll die out.
Living off their own fecal matter at one point.
Dark shit. We gotta end this here before we say something before I can't post this on YouTube.
Lol,
God
right.
Damn. Yeah. So if you enjoyed this video, please drop a like, and I have plans to expand this podcast to a dedicated channel, but as of right now, since it's in the startup phase and I'm still working out my kinks of editing and all that, and we gotta work it out as a group because we still have scheduling issues, we'll be uploading this to my main channel, and then maybe once we get to the 3rd or 4th episode, we'll upload to a dedicated channel. If you did enjoy this video, drop a like, comment below what's your side on this. Is CNN right, or is 4chan right for defending this guy, and Trump right for posting a fucking meme? I'm pretty sure I can get a pretty large demographic because this is an international channel. I don't say, oh, well, you can't watch if you're in South Africa. So we'll be able to see the whole demographic. So I'd like you guys to comment down below your opinion on this subject.
And if anything, go and tweet something to CNN and see what happens, and you might just end up on here.
Yep. you might be able to end up on the podcast if you piss them off enough. I mean, it doesn't take much, obviously. It just takes a fucking picture or a GIF.
A 10-second GIF with some music or an audio file behind it.
Yep.
Literally. Oh my god. I gotta stop. I gotta stop.
Welcome to CNN, where we fucking dox you for fucking memes.
And then you get sent to poll, and then all of our employees get doxxed.
Yep. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy, and we will see you in the next one.